minutes of Ebola break in Sierra Leone.
Sue Ellen Kovac risked her life to try and save others, volunteering as a nurse in Sierra Leone with the International Red Cross. The 57-year-old returned from West Africa earlier in the week, going into voluntary home isolation to monitor herself following her month-long stay. When she developed a low fever, she went straight to the emergency ward.
Chief Health Officer Dr. Jeanette Young stressed there was an extremely low risk that anyone from the public may have been exposed. She also stressed that Ms. Kovac had followed health protocols for all health workers returning from West Africa.
There's the potential there because she has been in Sierra Leone looking after people sick with Ebola. So there is the potential there, so that's why we're treating this so seriously.
The head of Red Cross Australia's international program stressed that Ms. Kovac was well trained for this scenario.
People often work in conflict zones. We certainly make sure that people are prepared. We certainly make sure that people have been adequately trained and have all of the equipment and all of the support that they need.
The Ebola crisis has taken 3,900 lives across West Africa. An Australian Medical Association Vice President Stephen Parnas says the situation is out of control.
At the moment, whether you're talking Freetown or Monrovia, these cities have out of control Ebola. And if it continues in this vein, we're looking at more than 1 million people being infected by the end of the year.
Ms. Kovac's anxious wait shouldn't be for long. In the meantime, she remains in isolation while specialists determine if she is Australia's first Ebola patient.
North Korea's colorful leader Kim Jong-un has not been seen in public for about a month, and questions are being asked. There is speculation about whether he will be present for tomorrow's traditional celebration of workers in North Korea.
Walking through a surprised foreign media scrum last year, ensuring our CNN cameraman gets his close-up, and greeting his seemingly adoring and overwhelmed soldiers. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has never been one to shy away from the camera, which makes his more than 1 month absence from public all the more notable. A visible limp and state acknowledgement of his, quote, discomfort, pointing to health issues.
There are reports that he's hurt his ankles. We've seen a lot of tapes of him limping pretty severely. If Kim Jong-un has to be on crutches, that might be an image that North Korea doesn't want to show to the rest of the world.
Kim's second-in-command and other high-ranking officials turning up in Seoul over the weekend, while both surprising and significant, probably lays waste to breathless speculation of a coup. Although the delegation reportedly told their southern counterparts the Supreme Leader wasn't even sick.
Should I say yes, he is in control. Because, well, if we assume that he has been somehow removed, we would expect some serious changes in the personal composition of the leadership. New appointments, new dismissals, some people going missing.
Assuming Kim Jong-un is calling the shots, North Korea is, true to form, blowing hot and cold, slamming South Korean President Park Geun-hye last week as a, quote, wretched pro-US stooge and traitor to the nation. 2 days later, top officials are all smiles with an unprecedented visit to Seoul, pushing for inter-Korean talks. Another 2 days pass and North and South Korean boats exchange fire along the disputed maritime border in the Yellow Sea.
We'll have the details of what's happening in sports next on the news break.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lord.
And I'm Daddy Bloom.
Join us each and every Friday at 12 p.m. on 98.1 The One, featuring
our health products, Ingrain,
New Life,
Brand Sandwich,
Health Card,
and lots more items,
and plenty giveaways.
Suffering as fresh as the morning sunrise.
Just like Guinness, me made of more.
Once again, the stars are set to shine for Arthur Guinness Day Live, featuring Bugle, Jack Ure, Assassin aka Agent Sasko, Lady Saw, Mr. Killer, and Skinny Fabulous. More excitement, more entertainment, more reasons to enjoy Guinness Stout. Arthur Guinness Day Live.
Airs October 11th at 9:30 p.m. on TV8.
It's 18 past the hour. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Seal with your lunchtime sports. This year's Last Man Standing Paddle Round Barbados race has begun. The paddlers set off around 6 this morning from Silver Sands Beach, and around 9:30, leader Brian Talma confirmed that he was in the area of Ragged Point. Talma is going after the record of 15 hours 17 minutes. But speaking to CBC Sports before he set off, he admitted it wasn't going to be easy.
My back hurt me about a month ago, so I don't know if I was even do it. But I hope to be able to break the record, but also depends on the conditions. If the conditions are there, I could break it. I feel confident. Last year, paddling around the island is not easy. I've windsurfed around, I've kite surfed, that's tricky too, but paddling can be very difficult to even make it. So last year only, there's 2 other people that made it. My brother Kevin Talma and Papa Jules from France. They're the only 2 people that made it out of, I think, 9 people started. So the other people that are really one of the big contenders is Jimmy Marshall. He's made it around already. He's kited around. He's one of the only people that have 3 stars, being able to surf around, to windsurf, kite surf, and paddle.
It's estimated that Talma, or whoever should win, should arrive between 9:30 and 10 tonight. West Indies under-19 cricket coach Roddy Estwick wants schoolboy cricketers to start playing for clubs during the BCA divisional competitions on weekends. The former West Indies B team and Barbados seamer doesn't want to stop the young cricketers from playing for their schools, but he contends that the school's competition should be played outside of the weekend format.
I don't think that schoolboys should be playing school cricket on Saturdays. They should be representing the club. You should form an identity. We should sit down with the government of Barbados and try to get cricket among the schools being played on Saturday during the week, and free up the young men to play for the clubs on Saturday. And we will not be sitting here with this problem now. We're long gone where schools should be playing cricket on Saturdays. Long gone. It's the only place in the world where boys are still playing for the schools on Saturday. We need to abolish that and get them into clubs. Find a system, sit down with the ministry and find a way where these boys can play against one another on Saturdays, during the week, say on Fridays, and then free them up to represent their clubs on Saturday. Will give them an identity. You just talk about Jeffrey Topping. 1 minute he's playing for the Garda General Youth in the season. The next minute he's playing for YMPC. Where's his identity?
Estwick was speaking on this week's QFM's cricket talk show, Mid-Wicket. In basketball, wearing jersey number 22, Barbados' first connection to the NBA, Andrew Wiggins, made his preseason debut for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He scored 18 points, but that impressive stat still came in a losing effort to the Indiana Pacers. Wiggins, whose parents are Bajan, scored 18 points after shooting 4 from 11, and he did it in 32 minutes. He also made 8 from 10 from the free throw line and 2 from 2 at three-point range.
Preseason NBA basketball. Andrew Wiggins, there he is. Open for 3, makes that one. It was 4 of 11 from the field, played 32 minutes. So Flip Saunders, our former co-worker here at ESPN, getting some reps. That's a strong move there. Played 32 minutes, had 18 points. Good defense there. He's a quick leaper, really quick. That pass was way too hard to him there. Again, in the corner, very nice. It's an effortless 3, so you know he's got the range from that distance. Moving up and down. Roy Hibbert and the Pacers. They were #1 in the Eastern Conference last year. This year, it'd be tough to make the playoffs. We'll see, though. They got some players like Hibbert. Stuckey had the layup. Here's Hibbert. Disappointing year for the most part last year. There's that left that he can sometimes throw up there. Still got David West towards the end of his career, but good recognition, the easy one for Hibbert. Hibbert also has the great paint presence on Ricky Rubio. Fantasy player? All right. Yeah, sure.
Wiggins and the Wolves play their second preseason game tomorrow night against the Philadelphia 76ers. Forbes magazine has released its new list of the world's most valuable sports brands, and NBA superstar LeBron James is now the man.
LeBron James has moved into the top spot on this list of the most valuable sports brands, which bumps Tiger Woods down to second place. Now, do not confuse this list at all with the top paid athletes, because they're 2 totally different things. This Forbes list that I'm talking about right now, it determines how much an athlete's brand is worth by how much he's making outside of his actual sporting contract. So with LeBron moving into the top spot, it's actually the first time since 2007 that it's not Tiger Woods. Forbes says that LeBron made $53 million off the court last year, which they conclude makes his brand worth $37 million. I'm not all that surprised by this. You really can't turn on a TV without seeing LeBron in a Nike ad, McDonald's commercials. Now, it is also important to note that LeBron hasn't exactly blown Tiger out of the water as we talk about him bumping Tiger down the list. Tiger's brand value, that's estimated to be worth just $1 million less. He comes in at $36 million.
Well, that's sports. Can't hear the weather forecast from Lisa next.
Yeah, from me the voice, you know it's higher tier. So hear me the man, watch me in the Banks Beer. Watch you know. They must feel like Banks Beer soft, but Banks Beer like the place at the top. Banks Beer Black Party, top of the chart. Even from me the voice, you know it's higher representing for Banks Beer. And make sure say just listen to Banks Beer Black Party every Thursday at 98.1 FM from 8 to 9 p.m. With body Indian, it's a go sick. Cause Banks Beer got the show fit. Hey, Banks Beer, see.
Pillars of Worship is the story of our search for God over the centuries. And from the time that first wooden cross was nailed to a tree near Holetown in 1625, God and our many ways of worship have helped to hone our history. Pillars tells the story from early Anglicanism to abundant life, from early governance around 11 parish churches to the exuberant diversity of 500 churches today, from the gorgeous Gothic churches like St. John's, Holy of Holies, the magnificent monuments to saintly ancestors and splendid works of art, from Moravians who came to save the slaves, to Jews and Catholics persecuted for their faith. We admire splendid pillars of stone and human pillars like Sarah Angill and Bishop Coleridge, builders of Barbados.
Get individual programs on DVD for $30 each, or the full package of 7 for just $150. Call 467-5538 to place your orders.